This is a video completely dedicated to reflecting on the past year, on 2025, before I go on to plan 2026. Even though I've been working on it for a while, I am now writing down, literally using a template from an amazing creator here on YouTube. I have to find her name because I printed this out like 2 weeks ago from her channel. It is really amazing. It's called like end of the year reflection worksheet, and it has really specific questions on things that you wouldn't think to reflect on at the end of the year, or things that you would just usually skim over and be like, oh yeah, no, that's not that important to think about, you know. It has been insightful to say the least, but also I've been liking it, so yeah. I've done part 1, part 2 and 3. Part 1 is basically what went well this year, and with 4 questions. What are you most proud of this year? What goals did you achieve, big or small? What experiences made you feel the most alive? Who or what added joy and meaning to your life? So I've answered all of that in like a little paragraph. And then part 2 is about more versus less. Like, what things do I want to do more of, and what things or habits do I want to do less of? And that includes people as well, relationships. Then I've done part 3, which is biggest lessons learned. And the question is basically, what are the 3 biggest lessons you learned this year? I've answered that. It has been a bit difficult to answer that, I'm not gonna lie. Is it denial? I don't know. But I had to think real hard about this, to be honest, because I didn't really know how to put it down, or even how to think about the biggest lessons I've learned this year. But I managed to get it down into the 3 biggest shit that basically gave me a wake-up call this year, kind of thing. Now I'm about to do part 4, which is all about who you are becoming. So like, who am I now? What is my mission in life? What do I want my life to look like in 1 year, 5 years, and then 10 years? And then there is the closing reflection. It's like a mini letter to future you. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna finish part 4 and the closing reflection, like the conclusion. I honestly like this template a lot. It is very, very specific without being like too specific. Like, you can answer it with your own twist of things, and that's what I like about it. So yeah, I'm gonna do that while finishing my coffee. I just finished the part 4 and the conclusion, so the closing of the reflection as it is written here. I'm gonna put it into one of my notebooks to keep it there, or somewhere I can get to it easily. Now I'm gonna take a little break and do my nails. Like, I did one hand, and now I'm gonna do the second one. So that's gonna be my break while watching a YouTube video of meal prep ideas. Obviously, since I've been kind of meal prepping, but it's not to the point that I want it to be yet. So, any advice, ideas, tips are wholly welcome, to be honest. Before planning my 2026, maybe reflect and analyze what I planned for 2025, to like see all that worked and didn't work. Which in hindsight, I know, oh my god, I'm sorry for my phone. I kind of know what didn't work and stuff like that, but I want to hold myself accountable to everything that I've done and everything that I planned that didn't go as planned, and also the great things that happened. I'm actually taking a break from working on my novel, or one of my novels rather, and I'm taking this time to focus on editing while the house is clear and I'm alone and no one's behind me to ask me weird questions. So here we are. I think I will be done with it today if my family doesn't come back home like in the next 30 to 40 minutes. I'll keep doing that and then I'll go back to working on my novel. It is for a writing challenge that my friend made. It is still a surprise. She didn't tell me much. About it, but I'm so freaking excited, to be honest. Like, I cannot wait for us to do that. Let's go back to editing. Hello, my friends. So, this is finally my take on the infamous 2026 video that I might have talked about to some of you. I took a page out of Jade's book and printed out the year compass from her video description. I've been filling it out for the last week and a half, something like that probably. So it looks like this. I didn't finish filling it out, so I did not fill out the whole 2026 template in as well. This is basically a whole summary of 2025, a very detailed one at that, by the way, and it kind of hurts to think back on some stuff. So yeah, that has been a work in progress. At the time of this recording, we are the 19th of January, so I am very much late to the New Year's video thingies, but I've decided not to speed things up or just force myself to do it at the right time. So here I am doing it now, which is alright. I've had trouble accepting that fact, but it's alright. And what the fuck? So I'm gonna cover all of this shit. But my mental health really took a toll, like a huge toll last year. I had a huge burnout, which I talked about before in this channel. It lasted about like 3 months or more. It was when I had the 3-month medical leave from my internship, which I'm still recovering from, by the way. Yep. Yeah, I shared about it online, I think. I even have like a video or two where I mentioned that. So yeah, that really took a toll on me, not gonna lie. So yeah, now I'm just gonna fill out these and we'll be back to see how it goes. I am on page 5, mid-page 5, and the whole thing has 19 pages, not including the date and signature one. Alright, I'm in for a long ride. I'm gonna be taking breaks to write because I have writing sessions. I'm participating in a writing challenge with my friend and her friend. Yeah, I'm gonna get back to that later. The thing is, I'm gonna be filling this out and then taking breaks to write because I have until 1 a.m. to have written at least like 200 words. I haven't been writing that well lately, but this challenge has been very helpful. Alright, let's go. Hello. So I finished the first part of the year compass, the past year, and I'm letting myself rest. And then tomorrow I will do the second part, which is the year ahead, so 2026. And I will let you know how it goes. Now I'm gonna take a break from this because I've thought again about things I didn't necessarily want to think about. I kind of had to be very open and honest if I wanted to have something coherent and concrete and real and if I want to go on ahead with my 2026 as I dream of it and as I want it to be, basically, I have to be very honest, even about the very hard things, bad, sad, tragic things that happened, that I did, that I said, that people did, whatever. So I'm taking a break and I'm gonna go work on my novel. I am writing chapter 1 right now for the writing challenge with my friend, so yay, year compass for tomorrow. Hi, so it is the next day. I've just finished one of my beta reading services. I just sent the documents back to the author, and I was supposed to keep working on my year compass as I said yesterday, but since I got my period and I am barely standing up, I am barely capable of staying alive, I will go snuggle in my bed and just die there for a while, and then I'll come back and work. I'll keep working on my year compass, and everything else that I talked about I will work, and also maybe start editing this very same video. Also, I just sold 2 more books on Vinted, so you can follow me there and you can see if you're interested in anything I'm selling on there. I'll still be adding more books to sell, so yeah. Love you guys. Gonna go die now. Hello, I'm back. So, I've started working on my 2026 part of the year compass, and it has been great so far, I guess, or decent at least. There are some things that I'm not quite sure about yet, either because I'm in doubt, I'm unsure of myself, or I'm unsure of those things in particular, or just not very detailed and clear in my head yet, which I realize sounds not very healthy, to be wanting to control everything. I don't even know if that was correct, if that sentence was correct. Anyway, that is not the point. I'm done with the year compass. I just finished it, dated and signed. I'm very glad I finally finished that one. It took me a lot, to be honest, to finish that. So I'm happy I'm finally done with it. But now I can start the Notion template for 2026. Template I took from Jade. I like her template a lot, so that's why I'm following that one. I just got back from dropping off a package, and now I'm back on my desk, and I have been working on my on my 2026 goals and reflections template. I am on the goals page right now. I've worked on the fitness and health part, some of the skills. I've worked on the financial part a bit, the big ones, and then I'm gonna do the small ones, and then there's gonna be 5 parts left to do: learning, social media and career, service and impact, personal, so whatever I want it to be, friends, community, family, and travel. So I'm gonna work on those. And then there are separate pages on the Notion template. One of them is brain dump of 2026 for each month. So basically I just brained about whatever I want about that month, and then today and a month overview. I'm liking it. So yeah, I'm gonna keep working on that, and I will let you guys know how it goes. I will also write a bit and start editing this video because I have to at some point.